Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Code with Surya Official. Today we are going to build an awesome hero section UI using HTML and Tailwind CSS. At the top, we have got a clean and modern header. Right below that, there is a main section featuring a stylish car title, a short description, and a sleek price button. On the right hand side, we have a beautiful car image, and just below it you will find a section displaying the car's specification. We are also using the Font Awesome library to bring in some cool icons and make it the UI even more engaging. This site is fully responsive. I will show you in the mobile screen. So you can see I selected this iPhone 14 Pro Max and the site looks absolutely awesome. And the left hand side content is displaying in the top and the right hand side section is displaying in the bottom. And there is a beautiful social media icon displaying in the below of the screen. So this is the awesome project that we are going to build today. If you are new to this channel, then please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. And if you are ready, then let's get started. Now I am in the Visual Studio Code editor. I already created a folder, name is car. Inside this folder, we have an images subfolder which contains some image file. So let's create our HTML file. So our HTML file name is index.html. To generate our HTML boilerplate, need to write exclamation mark plus enter, so it will generate this HTML boilerplate. So first we are going to change this title to Ford Mustang GT 350R. Okay, so save it, and to run this project we need to click this go live button from this Visual Studio Code editor. So you can see here in the top it is showing the title that Ford Mustang GT 350R. Okay, and in this project we are going to use Tailwind CSS. So let's check for the Tailwind documentation. So need to search it here, tailwindcss.com. Click this get started button. From there I am going to click this play CDN tab. So if I come down, there is a script tag. So let's copy this script tag and go back to the VS Code, and after this title tag need to paste it here. And we are going to use Font Awesome library. So for that again I am going to use Font Awesome CDN and click this first link. So this is the official website for Font Awesome CDN. So click this copy link tag and go back to the VS Code, and after this script tag paste it here. Okay, so you can see Font Awesome CDN has been linked in our HTML file. Okay, close this side window and let me zoom it. So let's create a class for this body, and here I'm going to put some background color. So for that BG, the color is has 0 to 1C3A. Okay, and the text color should be white color, and the font family is font sans serif. Okay, so need to write here sans. So save it and check it in the browser. This is our background color. So let's go back to the VS Code, and inside this body tag, so let's put a div here, and inside this div the class is min height is screen, and the border should be 8, and the border color is black, and put some shadow here. So shadow is 2XL. Okay, and BG is cover and background is center. So save it and check it in our browser. So here it is. So this is our border. Okay, great. So let's go back to the VS Code, and inside this div I'm going to create our header. The header contains three things. So in the left hand side it contains the logo, and in the middle it contains the navigation, and in the last we have our language setup. So inside this div I am going to create our header tag. Okay, so inside this header tag we are going to create our header section. So first we are going to create our logo. So for that let's create a div, and inside this div I am going to create a image tag img presented, so it will generate this image tag, and the source is dot slash images slash logo.png, and the alternate text also logo. After that let's create a h1 tag, and inside that I am going to write company name, and the company name is Ford. Okay, save it and check it in the browser. So this is our logo and this is our title. Let's go back to the VS Code. In the header tag, let's create a class, and the class is display is flex and justify is between, items is center, px is 10 and py is 5. And let's put the bg color here, so has 021c 3a. And let's put some opacity here. So bg opacity is 90 and text color should be white color. So save it and check it in the browser. It is not reflected anything here. Just because of, again we have to go back to the VS Code and let's write a class for this inner div. Okay, so let's create a class and display is flex, items is center and SpaceX is 4. So save it and check it in the browser. So now it is coming in a same line. But this logo is too big. So let's create a class for this image tag. And here height is 28 and width is auto. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. Now this looks absolutely awesome. Okay, so instead of 28, let's go with 32. Let's check. Okay, so this looks beautiful. So our logo image is looking good. So let's go with this navigation bar. Okay, so for that, below this div, we are going to create a nav tag here. Before that, I am going to write a comment here. So the comment is navigation bar. So below this comment, I am going to create our nav bar here. So name, and inside this name, I am going to create a anchor tag and we need 5 anchor tag. So A into 5, press enter. So it will generate this 5 anchor tag. So the first one is model, second one is technology, and the third one is history, and the last one is owner. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see this is our menu items. Okay, but this is not looking good. So let's write some Tailwind CSS class and make it awesome. Okay, so let's go back to the VS Code. So here in the nav tag, let's create a class and let's write here display is flex and SpaceX is 8, text is sm. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So this looks beautiful, but whenever we are going to hover this menu items, then we are going to change its text color. Okay, so for that, let's go back to the VS Code and let's create a class for this anchor tag. Now I am going to create a class, and here whenever I am going to hover this menu items, then text color should be changed to blue 400. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see this is beautiful. Okay, but by default I need to select this model. Okay, so for that, let's go back to the VS Code, and here for the first menu, border bottom is 2 and border color is blue 400. Okay, padding bottom is 1. So save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. So you can see the underline is coming below this model. Okay, so it is showing as a active menu. Okay, so let's go back to the VS Code. So let's put it here. Text color is blue 500. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So this looks awesome. So let's increase some font size here. So for that, we have a text SM. Instead of SM, let's go with LG. Save it and check it. So this looks fine. So you can see our navigation bar also looks great. So let's create our language. So for that, let's go back to the VS Code. We are going to create our language setup. So let's write here one comment, language. Below this comment, need to create a div, and inside this div, I am going to create a span tag here, and let's write here English. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. Okay, but before that I'm going to put one globe icon here. So for that, let's open up a new tab and let's check it here, font awesome library, and here I'm going to search it globe. Okay, so here it is. If I click this icon, it will open up a pop-up. So let's copy this code snippet and let's go back to the VS Code, and below this div I'm going to paste it here. So save it and check it in the browser. So you can see this is our globe icon. But if you can notice here, this language font size is not matching. Okay, so for that, so let's create a class for this div, and here I'm going to write text is LG. So save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. Okay, but I need to put some gap here. Okay, so for that I'm going to write display is flex, items is center, and SpaceX is 3. Okay, SpaceX is 3. So save it and check it. Now this looks absolutely awesome. So our navigation bar is done. So let me show you in the mobile screen. Okay, so if I change to smaller screen, so our navigation bar is not looking good. So for that, what I have to do is here in the mobile screen, I'm not going to show this navigation bar here. So for that, let's go back to the nav tag, and here I'm going to write hidden for this mobile screen and flex for this medium screen. So save it and check it in the browser. So this looks absolutely awesome. In the desktop screen or the bigger screen also this looks fine, and the mobile screen also it looks awesome. Okay, so our navigation bar is done. Okay, so in the below we are going to create our hero section. Okay, so here, so in the hero section we have two section, left hand side section and right hand side section. So in the left hand side section, so we are going to create our car details, and below its price and button. Okay, so in the right hand side we have a beautiful car image with its specification. Okay, so let's go back to the VS Code, and after this header tag I'm going to create our section here. So it is like a main section. So let me write it here, one comment, main section. Okay, and below this comment I'm going to create a section tag here, and inside this section tag I'm going to create our left hand side section and right hand side section. So this is left hand, I'm going to create our right hand side section. So let's create a div for the left hand side section. H2 tag inside this div. Okay, and let's write it here, Ford Mustang, and below that, so let's create a BR tag, shell by GT350R. Save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. Okay, so let's write some Tailwind CSS class and make it colorful. Okay, so let's create a class for this div, and here flex is 1, space y is 6, and g index is 10. And below in the h2 tag let's create another class, and text is 4xl for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen text is 7xl, and font weight is bold. And let's create a class for this section tag here. So here I'm going to put display is flex, and flex direction is column for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen flex direction is row, and justify is between, item is start, px is 10, py is 12, and max width is 1280 pixel, mx is auto, position is relative. So save it and check it in the browser. So this looks fine. Okay. So our title is looking great. So below this title, we need to put some description here. So for that, let's go back to the VS Code. Below this H2 tag, let's create a paragraph tag, and inside this paragraph tag, let me paste the description. Okay. So this is our description. Let's write here. So text is gray 300, max width is MD, and text is MD. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. Okay, so instead of MD, let me put it for LG. So save it and check it. So this looks absolutely awesome. So below this description, we need to put pricing and button. Okay, so for that, let me go back to the VS Code, and after this P tag, let me create a comment here, pricing and button. So below this comment, I'm going to create a div, and inside this div, I'm going to create another div, and inside this div, I'm going to write our pricing. So for that, let me create a p tag, and here, starting at, let me create another p tag, and here the price is $68,390. Okay, so let's create a class for this p tag. Text is grade 300 and font size is LG. Okay, so text LG. So save it and check it. So here it is. And let me create another class for this p tag. And here text color should be blue 400 and the font size is 3XL. So text is 3XL and font weight is bold. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. So this looks awesome, but instead of 3XL, let me put it here for 4XL. So save it and check it. So this looks fine. So our pricing is looking good. So next one is we need to put one button here. So after this first div, need to create a button here. So let me write a button and the text is configure. Background color is BG blue 600, and when I am going to hover this button, then the background color should be changed to blue 700. Okay, and text color should be white color, and px is 6, rounded is full, text is MD, and font weight is bold, and display is flex, items is center. So save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. So this looks fine. Okay. But I need to put one icon here, right arrow icon. So for that, let me search it here in the font awesome library, arrow right. Okay, so here it is. So if I click this icon, it will open up this pop-up. So let's copy this code snippet. After this configure text, I need to paste it here. So save it and check it in the browser. So if you can notice here, this text and this arrow is attached to each other. So we need to put some gap here. So for that, in the I tag, let me write margin left is 2. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So this looks absolutely awesome. Okay, so but I want to put this button to here in the top. Okay, so let me create a class for this parent div. Display is flex and items is center. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. Okay, it is not working, so let me check. Okay, so I did a mistake here. There is a two div. Okay, so I need to cut this button tag and need to put it inside this parent div. Okay, so save it and check it. So this looks absolutely awesome. So our left hand side section is done. So let's create our right hand side section. So for that, let's go back to the VS Code, and here we have this right side comment. Okay, so below that we need to create a div, and inside this div I'm going to create a image tag here. So img press enter, so it will generate this image tag, and the src is start slash images slash car.png, and the alternate text also car. So here save it and check it in the browser. So this is our beautiful car image. Okay, so we need to put some classes for this image tag. So for that, let me create a class, and width is full, and max width we need to put it here 700 pixel. After this image tag, we are going to create our div, and inside this div I'm going to create another div. Inside I'm going to create a p tag here. Let me write the specification max speed. Below this paragraph, we need to create another p tag 224 mph. So let's copy this entire div and paste it for another 2 times. The next one is the mileage. So 0 to 100 mph 3.5 second. And the next one is power. And power is 526 HP. And we need to copy one more time and paste it here. Instead of this power, we need to put it here production. And the date is 2019 to present. So you can see here, this is our specification, but we need to put some icon here. So for that, for the speed, we need to search a speed icon here. Okay, so this is the one. So let me click this icon and it will open up this pop-up. Let me copy this code snippet, go back to the VS Code, and after this div, let me paste it here. So the next one is, so let me check it for flag. So here is the flag. I need to click this second icon and it will open up this pop-up, copy this code snippet, go back to the VS Code, and after this div, again need to paste it here. So the next one is, we need to check it for the bold. So here it is. If I click this icon, it will open up this pop-up. So let me copy this code snippet and put it inside this power. Okay. So the last one is production. So for the production, I am going to search it here, calendar. This is the calendar days. So let me copy this code snippet and paste it below this div. Okay, so save it and check it in our browser. So these are our icons. Okay, so these icons are too small. So let me change its font size. So for that, text is 3XL and margin bottom is 1. Okay, so copy these classes and paste it here for the other icons. So save it and check it in the browser. So now this looks fine. But I want to show this specification in the same line. So let me create a class for this parent div, and here we are going to use grid. So let me write it here, grid, and grid column is 2 for the mobile screen, and for the medium screen grid column is 4 and gap is 6 and text is center and the font size is LG and text color is white color. So save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. So you can see this looks absolutely awesome. Okay, so if I change to mobile screen, then you can see two items in a row. But if I change to bigger screen, then all the item is coming in a same line. Okay, great. So this is called responsive website. Okay, so the last one is we need to change its style. Okay, so for that, let me create a class for this first paragraph, and here text is bold. So copy these classes and paste it here for others also. Okay, so save it and check it. So now it is bold text, and in the below one we need to change its color. So for that, here also I am going to create a class and text color should be blue 300. So copy this class and paste it here for this below paragraph. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So this looks absolutely awesome. The last one is we are going to create our social media icon. Okay, so let's go back to the VS Code and below this section tag, I'm going to create our social media. So let me write it here, social icons. So below this comment, I'm going to create a div, and here inside this div, I'm going to create our social media icon. Let me search it here in the font awesome library. First one is Instagram. So click this icon, so it will open up this pop-up. So copy this code snippet and paste it here. Okay, so the next one is WhatsApp. So here also do the same thing, copy this code snippet and paste it here. And the next one is Facebook. So here is the Facebook icon. So copy this code snippet, paste it here. And the last one is BMO. So here it is. So copy this code snippet and paste it here. So save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. Okay, so this is too small. So let me change its font. Okay, so before that, I'm going to create a class for this parent div. So we need to fix its position. So position is fixed, bottom is fixed, and left is also 6, display is flex, space X is 4, text is 2XL, and G index is 20. So save it and check it in the browser. Now you can see this is our social media icons. So you can see here our social media icon is too much attached to the left hand side. So for that I'm going to put some padding X is 10. So save it and check it in the browser. So this looks fine. So the last one is if I am going to hover this icon, then this color will be changed to blue color. So for that, let me write a hover effect here. Control D, and let's write here hover. The text color should be changed to blue 300 and cursor will be changed to pointer. Okay, so save it and check it in the browser. So here it is. Now you can see this looks absolutely awesome. Okay, so this is done. So let me check in the mobile screen. Okay, so you can see this mobile screen also, this looks absolutely awesome. So we fix this icon so it is always in the top. So this is all about this video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really motivates me. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Code with Surya Official. Till then, keep smiling and happy coding. See you in the next video.